my name is Britney Fiandra. I'm a culinary nutrition student at Johnson & Wales University, and today I'm going to be showing you a recipe to make drunken brownies. For our alcohol of choice today, we're going to be using Kahlua. Instead of Kahlua, some other alternatives include orange curacao, butterscotch schnapps, or creme de menthe. That would give it a great minty flavor. So let's get started, shall we? So in this bowl we have a half a cup all-purpose flour, and in this bowl we have some cocoa powder. It's 3/4 of a cup, and we're just going to put this all together. We're going to set the bowl aside, and then in this we have 1/4 of a teaspoon salt. Now chocolate is good because it contains flavonols, which helps reduce blood pressure, which also reduces your risk for cardiovascular disease. So if you're worried about your heart health, chocolate is perfect. It just is important to note that you want to make sure that you choose a dark chocolate because it's going to have reduced amounts of sugar and less fat in it, as opposed to its milk chocolate counterparts. So in this bowl, I'm going to put 10 tablespoons of melted butter. It's important to be melted because it's going to mix well easily. Then in this bowl, we have 1 1/4 of a cup of white sugar. You can also use brown sugar if you'd like, as long as you make sure it's fresh. Or sucanat would be a great alternative. And we're going to just whisk that with the butter, make sure that it all comes together. You can also do this in a stand mixer. Now in this bowl we have 2 eggs, which I already previously beat, and we're just going to whisk that in slowly. Alright, put that aside. Next, for the main starring ingredient, we have 1/4 of a cup, or more, if you like, of Kahlua. Now Kahlua was produced as a result of the Alvarez brothers and a chemist, Montalvo Lara, in Veracruz, Mexico, who created the original recipe for Kahlua several years ago in 1936. In 1962, Kahlua made its way over to America and became quickly popular. Some of the drinks that it's used in today, now I'm just going to add our dry ingredients. Some of the drinks that it's used in today include espresso martinis, White Russians, which is my personal favorite, and some mudslides. You can either have mudslides in a dessert or you can make it into a pie. Alright, add that all in. Set the bowl aside. It's important to keep your work surface clean and my chef jacket clean. That wouldn't be fun, getting it all dirty. Alright. Whisk a little faster. And now I preheated the oven to 325 degrees, which is a little lower than what you're used to with most brownie recipes. Alright, set that on our plate. And here I have a 9x9-inch cake pan, and I'm just going to dump this on in. Alright, there we go. With a rubber spatula, this is going to be the best way to scrape the bowl out. Make sure you get every last bit. In the restaurant industry, every last bit of this, is pennies down the drain if you don't scrape it out properly. So just going to get all the goodness right in the bowl. Okay, set that aside. Okay, now next, you can either mix this in beforehand, you can fold it on in, or you can sprinkle it on top. I'm going to choose to sprinkle on top just to make sure that I get a little bit evenly dispersed. And this is 1 cup of dark chocolate chips. Now the dark chocolate chips I chose because it's a little bit healthier. You can use a mix of dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and white chocolate if you'd like. And you may also add in a 1/2 cup of nuts if you'd like a little bit more crunch. Alright, so there we go. We have a nice brownie batter with some chocolate chips on top, and I'm going to pop this in our oven at 325 degrees for about 30 minutes, but I'm going to check on it halfway. But check back soon and I will show you the final product. Hello and welcome back. So before we get to the brownies, I'm going to show a simple recipe to accompany them. So here we have a cup of almond milk, and I chose almond milk versus cow's milk just to prepare a lactose-free version. If you are allergic to nuts, feel free to use soy milk or rice milk. Now for Kahlua, I'm just going to eyeball about 1/4 of a cup and add it on in here. An interesting thing about Kahlua is that it actually takes 7 years to produce, from the initial harvesting of the bean to bottling up the final product. Now we're just going to whisk this real quick. You can add ice if you'd like a chilled version. We're just going to pour it on into our glass. And this is going to be delicious next to our brownies. Alright, I'll put that right there. And now I already cut up 12 portions of our brownie. You can make the portions larger or smaller depending on how hungry you are or how intoxicated you might want to be. So here's our fudgy, delicious Kahlua brownie. Enjoy, and thank you for joining us today.